Here's a quick reading of a book titled Gentlemen in the Shadows, Benjamin C. Evans, Jr. and the Central Intelligence Agency by Douglas Wissing. Benjamin C. Evans, Jr. was a CIA executive who operated at the U.S. intelligence community's top levels during the Cold War's darkest days. He was also the CIA executive secretary for 7 directors under 4 presidential administrations. His story starts in Crawfordsville, Indiana, and author Douglas Wissing follows him through West Point, World War II, and his marriage to Jan King, part of old Washington, D.C.'s aristocracy. Evans Jr. was assigned to Branch 2 of the Covert Action Staff, or CA2. He was working with one of the CIA's proprietaries, ostensibly independent institutions and businesses that were actually funded and directed by the agency. Radio Swan was a proprietary, as were Radio Free Europe and Radio Liberty, which pulsed propaganda toward communist countries behind the Iron Curtain. The proprietaries typically had a board of directors made up of important Americans who provided a convenient cover behind which CIA officers directed the operations. The covert action officers also subsidized a galaxy of publications, from tiny Eastern European immigrant newsletters to substantive book publishers, such as Frederick A. Prager. The agency supported a vast array of newspapers and magazines, including Bohemia in Cuba, Preves in France, and Argumentum in Sweden, as well as the literary bellwether, the Paris Review. At its peak, the agency had more than 800 news and information organizations and individuals on its propaganda assets inventory. They had so many propaganda assets, they had a propaganda assets inventory. For a number of years, the CIA subsidized the U.S. Communist Party's organ, the Daily Worker, by secretly buying thousands of bogus subscriptions in hopes of convincing policymakers that the communist threat was alive and thriving in America. The CIA supported hundreds, perhaps thousands, of professors and university administrators, so many the agency literally lost count. The covert action officers who worked with propaganda and influence peddling had a softer reputation in the agency. One CIA official called them the do-gooders of the clandestine business. The covert action branch that worked with the academic, cultural, and publishing organizations was called the Enlightenment Wing of the CIA.